Hi everybody, my name is Renuka Nadkarni. I'm the Chief Product Officer at Aryaka. At Aryaka, we are builders of unified SASE-as-a-service. And today I want to talk to you about some of the trends, what we are hearing from customers, and how unified SASE-as-a-service can solve some of these modern trends. Today we live in very, very interesting times because there are so many things around us that are changing. If you remember back in the day, users used to be in the office, applications were in the data center. And all the network decisions were based on this point-to-point connectivity between how do I connect my office to my data center applications. At the same time, the security decisions were based on I have a perimeter, I have all these technologies that I have on my perimeter, and everything was great. But as you saw in the last decade, applications moved to the public cloud. They are now delivered via SaaS. There is no more perimeter. Thanks to COVID, users are not working from the office anymore. They are dispersed. There's a very hybrid work environment. So today, we live in the world of a cloudified, hybrid, distributed environment where there are users everywhere and applications everywhere. So what needs to happen, and this is what we are hearing from our customers, is we need to revamp these network architectures. We need to modernize these network architectures. We need to think about security in a different way instead of the legacy, traditional, siloed, fragmented security that is, a very commonplace, which also is a reason why there are so many breaches and so many, attacks and new attack surfaces. We need to figure out how can we modernize this infrastructure. So this infrastructure modernization is simply put an attempt to have connectivity with security for the users who are anywhere to the applications that are everywhere. So if you look at how SASE has evolved, it's really interesting. SASE is trying to solve this problem of networking and security integration. And it's almost like nirvana because what it helps with is for customers to think about these modern network as well as security capabilities by integrating the networking services as well as security services. And that's where we are seeing a huge uptake and a lot of popularity because SASE solves that problem of agility, that problem of digital transformation that customers are going through. So with SASE Evolution, we see a lot of need for networking and security unification. With Aryaka, we started our journey more than a decade ago. And back in the day, the vision of the company was to provide seamless connectivity, high performance, low latency, no jitter, so that our customers can run their business critical applications on our network. Over the period of time, our customers asked us for more security features in addition to providing networking capabilities such as WAN optimization, compression, deduplication. They were also looking for access control. They were also looking for anti-malware, URL filtering, intrusion prevention technologies. And what we have done is we have built all these capabilities in what we have is a one-pass architecture where both the networking and the security capabilities are processed in the same layer. And it's not just the technological aspects that have changed. What has also changed is customer expectations, their way of consuming information, their way of consuming the services. So what we have is unified SASE as a service, which is actually the important piece where we don't really need customers to have appliances that need to be managed by personnel. All of these things are offered as a service. We were born in the cloud company. Everything we do is actually built with that mindset. So that's a trend that we have also seen where customers are looking to not only have these technologies, but also have them in a as a service consumption model. As I mentioned, the vision of Aryaka was to offer best performing, low latency, no jitter connectivity between any 2 points on the internet. And to accomplish that, we actually have built our own global backbone. This global backbone is what we call as the Underlane Network, which is almost like having a dedicated lane for yourself during rush hour. So imagine like there's all these internet variabilities, there could be these DDoS attacks, there is all kinds of bad traffic that is on the internet. And if your traffic is commingling with that traffic, there is always risk of latency, bad user experience, not to mention things like fiber cut. When these kinds of things happen, all the internet traffic falls back on the on the backup channels. There is typically a lot of oversubscription, as you can tell. And in the past, or even today, the way architectures are, whether they are as a service or whether they are the traditional, whether they are MPLS links or on the internet, when they traverse across the globe, when they go between continents, these things matter a lot. There is typically oversubscription by the service providers. Even if the appliance vendors have high performance appliances, they are still subject to all these internet variabilities. And that is one thing that we designed right from the get-go. When we designed the architecture, we made sure that we had dedicated capacity for our customers. So when we provide capacity on the network to our customers, we have 100% redundant capacity available for them in an event of fiber cut, in an event of any of those network variabilities that I talked about. So it's a huge benefit. It's really a very thought through from the foundational perspective to have an underlay network which provides that connectivity versus overlay systems. Finally, some food for thought in terms of what AI has done to our lives. As you can imagine, AI puts a lot of strain on the network infrastructure when we are transferring large amounts of data that require a very reliable connection through all the elements of the AI ecosystem. It also adds completely new attack surfaces that we had not thought about, because now it can make your secure web gateway completely irrelevant, because somebody can go to the ChatGPT and ask the question to summarize certain websites that were originally blocked for that user. And finally, today people are blind to what's happening in their network in terms of AI adoption. There are users who are accessing lots of different services which are AI enabled, and it immediately poses risk in terms of, is my data being leaked? Is my intellectual property going out? So not having that visibility and observability to what's going on in the network is super scary. So at Aryaka, we clearly solve these three problems. We ensure that when you adopt AI, we offer the best networking services. We make sure that it is secure. And then finally, we give full visibility and observability to the AI traffic that is going through your network.